chicken on the pit barrel is probably one of the best things that it does. And today I'm gonna cook up 2 whole chickens, but I've split them in half so that we can hang them on the rods. Once they're done cooking, we're gonna make this into a delicious, beautiful chicken salad. Let's go. Starting up the pit barrel can take a little bit of time, but I've got my Grill Blazer grill gun, so we're gonna make this really fast. So that took maybe 2 minutes of just straight blasting the coals, and you can see right here that they're starting to get the gray. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out. I'm gonna pull this grate off right here, and then we're gonna dump it in. Also for today's cook, we're gonna use some cherry wood to get some great color on this chicken and to get some smoke profile going. So I'm gonna take them and we're just gonna dump them right in. So now we're gonna put our rods in. This is what's gonna help control the airflow, give it that vortex style airflow that gets going through the pit barrel. And then we're gonna put the lid back on. And this is gonna help it run about 250, 275, somewhere in that range. I used about 10 to 15 briquettes just to get it started and going. And now we're gonna go inside, we're gonna prep the chicken, and then we're gonna come back out and put them on. So we're in the grilling lab here, or a kitchen, and we're gonna be using really simple items today, really simple ingredients that are gonna make this really flavorful and come out really, really nice at the end. So we'll be using some Texas SPG from Operation Barbecue Relief. Then we're gonna be using some Smoky Dust hen and fin rub. Next, we're gonna put some Worcestershire sauce on the chickens. Then with our chicken salad, we'll be using some Duke's Mayo. That's the real mayo, none of that Hellman's crap in this house. And then we'll be using just some celery, chopping it up finely and putting it in, mixing it together with some salt and some pepper. So when I pulled the chickens out of the wrapping, I rinsed them off, and then I cut them in half because that's how Pit Barrel recommends doing it, is cutting them in half, putting them on the hooks. So I went ahead and did that, as you can see right here. Next, we're gonna pat them dry, get kind of all that moisture off of it, and this is gonna help the rub kind of adhere to it a little bit better, and it's just gonna, you know, prevent any kind of moisture buildup, anything like that. So once we rub that and pat it dry, next we're gonna move to our Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, or however the hell you pronounce it, and kind of just rub it in with our hands. And that's gonna give a really great flavor profile to these chickens. It's gonna help that skin brown up and look real nice once it comes out of the smoker. It's just good. Worcestershire sauce is good. So we're gonna let that sit in for a few minutes, and then we're gonna add the rub next. Now as a base coat, I wanna use my SPG rub. That salt's gonna kinda adhere to it, give it some good flavor. So we're just gonna sprinkle it on top across all of them kinda evenly like that. And last, the Smoky Dust. The Smoky Boys Grilling. Check them out on Instagram. They make some amazing rubs. And this is for hen and fin, so poultry and seafood. But it's got some salt in there and some other items as well. I don't really know their recipe, but it's just a good, flavorful additive on top. Now let's take this outside. We're gonna stick some probes in there, and then we're gonna stick them in the barrel. So I'll be using my Williams-Sonoma Bluetooth meat probe thermometer, and that's gonna sit outside, and it's connected to my phone, and I have it set on chicken for 165 so that we're able to tell without having to come check it constantly. And I'm gonna stick it in 2 different chicken breasts, and we're going to hang them on, and then we're gonna just wait. So I've got my chickens in. We're gonna wait until they hit 165 internally. We'll check all 4 of them just to make sure that we're getting an even reading across. Should be about 2 hours or so. It's a nice warm day today in the fall, and I can't wait to see what these look like when they come out. While the chicken is cooking, we're just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of pre-prep for the salad. We gotta cut up the celery, and here we got some organic celery. What I like to do is we're gonna cut it in half like this, down that way, and then we're gonna cut each one down the middle so we can get nice and thin slices of celery. And we're gonna do this to all these, and then we're gonna chop them up. So we've cut them up into thin slices. You know, they're not perfect, but they're gonna be kind of nice and small when we're done cooking them. So we're gonna take a handful like this, and we're just gonna chop them across like that. We've got them into, you know, kind of even pieces throughout the whole set. So we're gonna put these in a bowl, and we're gonna sit them in the fridge and just let them chill. And once the chicken's done, we'll bring it back out. So after about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so, the chickens reach an internal temperature of 165. So we're gonna pull one off and just kind of take a look at one. Look at that color. That is beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to take this off. We're gonna put it on a rack here, and we're gonna let it cool down, after which of about maybe 20 or 30 minutes, I'm gonna start pulling it apart, and then we'll start to making our chicken salad. Now the chicken has been cooling for about 15 minutes. I can hold it in my hand. We can tell that it's nice and juicy and moist. So now I'm gonna take these apart, and I'm gonna pick them apart. We're gonna put all of our chicken in here, in this bowl here, and then we're gonna mix our chicken salad together. So we've yielded about maybe 4-ish pounds of chicken. So our next stop is we have to bring it over to the cutting board here to chop it up into smaller pieces so that it's good enough for the chicken salad consistency that we need it for. So that's what we're gonna do next, and then we'll start mixing it together. So we've chopped up our chicken, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just small enough that it'll be good in the consistency when we eat it. There's a few larger chunks in there. Next, we're gonna mix it together with, again, we're a Duke Mayo family here. If any of that Hellman crap, you need to ask your family or your friend, are they okay? Because anybody that uses that stuff is just wrong. So Duke's Mayo, that's where it's at. They're not a paid sponsor yet. Now we're gonna mix in the celery and the salt and pepper, and then mix the mayo in it. Now we gotta mix in the mayo. In this recipe, there's no secret to this. It's just mayo, salt, pepper, chicken, celery. That's it. So now we're gonna mix it. We're just gonna use our hands. I've got some gloves on, and then we're gonna add our salt and pepper to taste. The next step is some pepper, and we're just gonna sprinkle that in. I like using black pepper because I can actually see the flavor for it, but you can also use white pepper. It's a little bit softer. And again, there's no real measurement in this, just kind of going by feel. And then some sea salt, and we're just gonna grind that in. It's at a fine grind right now. Now we're going to mix that salt and pepper in, Just using a little spatula here, a little rubber spatula that we're using to get the mayo out of, so reusing it. And we're gonna mix it in, make sure we get it good and covered. So the chicken salad's fully mixed. This is what we're looking at here. A beautiful chicken salad that is so easy to make. Took about 2.5 hours of total prep time. Really not much at all. The pit barrel cooker did it. Now let's dive in and see how it tastes. I'm gonna get a good chunk here. Man, that's good. It's got a little bit of creaminess. That chicken, you can taste the smoke flavor to it. The mayo, of course, good. Salt and pepper is a great ratio. That's it. A really simple, easy, and very beautiful chicken salad. The pit barrel cooker destroyed that chicken, made it so good, made it look beautiful coming out as well. And we've yielded enough chicken to make a whole nother one. A whole nother batch of chicken salad. I like to eat it on toast, put it in a sandwich, I chill it. Make sure that you try this at home, do your own variation of it. I'll put the recipe down in the comments below or in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel because at Grill Mart Co. and the cooking channel, we do grilling so rare, it's well done. We'll see you next time.